എടാ അതിലെ പ്രോ ഡിഗ്രി ക്ലാസ്സിലെ നീ മൊറ്റിയാൻസിന്റെ
ശരിയല്ല ഊഹിക്കുന്നില്ല.
ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
Sir,
So, yeah.
I have unmuted all the students. If you want, I can. Sorry, muted all the students. I'll unmute because while joining there is a lot of noise.
Okay, yeah, so no need to unmute them right away. So I just wanted to quickly check. So like we discussed today in the, today a little while earlier, are we having these, are they divided into groups and all of that? Is there any change in that, or
No,
are we
second
going to
time,
have
whatever they
some of the groups?
I have sent second time, no, sir. 4 students, there are the students, group leaders, which I
Okay.
received from the college.
Okay, so then what we can do is maybe we can just unmute the group leaders if they can be unmuted, because there are a lot of them, 65. If we unmute everybody, there'll be a lot of noise. I don't want to have background this thing. So since this is the first session with these students, I just wanted to set some ground rules so that we have a smoother sailing through the sessions. So maybe since we don't have the facility for breakout rooms and all of that, for today's session, let's unmute the team leads. Whichever teams are there, we can unmute the team leads. And then the team leads can represent their group for discussion. Okay, so that's one. Let's get these logistics right. Let's put them, iron them out, and then we can get started with these sessions. Okay, so yeah, so that's one. And then how many groups are there? The groups have been formed, right? So anyway, we will get into that. So groups.
For today's session, they have given 3 group leaders' name.
Okay.
Okay. Saurat Kumar, Abdul Bey, and Lesson Dunit, and Nitin.
Okay, that's okay. We'll get into the details. I just wanted to spend quick. So anything else we need to set right for today's session with the challenge of not having the breakout rooms? Anything else we can do? There are groups and all these students are there, and I see a lot of them with their individual logins as well as maybe group logins. Okay. So before we get started, I also wanted to know, are the groups in there, are the groups, at least a few of them, are they in their locations? Can they interact amongst themselves?
Yes, sir. They are in the college itself, but they have logged in individually.
Okay, fine. So they should be in one place together, so that when there is an activity assigned, they should be able to interact, and then the team lead has to represent them. Okay, since there are a lot of students and it is an online platform, to make the interaction smoother and without a lot of glitches, we want to set some of these rules. All right. Anything else, madam? Do you want to let me know anything else for today's session? Any other things that I need to keep in mind?
I don't think so, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
In case there is anything, anyway, we will. Yeah. So there are groups, and then there are these. So we can get started, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right, so let's get started. I'm Anil Yerra. As you all might have, seen my introductory video, or you might have known about me in maybe the previous sessions, in the introduction sessions for this program. So before I introduce myself to all of you in a little more detail, and before we get going with this session, I want some of you to maybe the team leads. I just want to hear from you about your background, in general, about the whole student community, that other groups that you're representing, the community, and introduce yourself briefly, and then what is your expectation from these sessions that you're going to have with me, and why do you think you want to spend these 2 hours with me today, right? So on those lines, I want you to quickly introduce and talk a bit about those areas, and then I will explain what we're going to do in these upcoming sessions and today's session. All right, so can we have the team leads to make it a little more organized? Can we unmute the team leads, and one at a time they can start introducing themselves and talking? Yeah, over to the team leads.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Saurav, I can see you. Yes.
Okay. My name is Saurav Kumar. I am from Bihar. Previously, in intermediate and in PUC in Connecticut State, I took PCMC because I'm so much interested in robotics and all. Because robotics is future, right? That's why. I have done so many projects in my
Your voice is breaking.
Also.
Your
That's why.
voice is completely. Your voice is breaking. Saurav, am I the
Can
only
you hear,
one,
sir?
or
Hello.
is everybody else able to hear him properly? Yes, somewhat.
Wait.
So I would request you to. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I said I took a PCMC in my intermediate from Bihar, Begusara and there. I choose BCA because I think AI is the future. That's why I'm so much interested in robotics and all. And my expectation is of today's class, I want to learn something new from you. And before today and before it, I never on class. It's like it's my fourth session. And this is what I would do.
Okay. So one more request while we go ahead with all this. If any one of you wants to write something in the chat box, feel free to write. If you're not able to hear, or you're not able to listen, or you have something to add, not just you, sir, everybody else. Everybody else can type in the chat box. If you're able to hear, or if you're facing some problem, you can do that in the chat box. So we'll also have an eye on the chat window, and we'll see how we can make things more smoother while we have this session. So Saurav, question to you: what is your team? What is it that you're who are there in your team, and why have you been chosen as the team lead? And what is your what do you think you'll be doing in these teams in today's session? Any idea? I want to have
just created team, so I have no so much idea. I'm interested in robotics, so I think my team is all about robotics and all.
Okay, how many team members do you have?
20, I think so.
How many? Sorry.
I have no idea, but in group I saw 20 people each group. I'm just leader, right?
Okay. Okay, so you've just been assigned as a leader, and you've been assigned as a leader, and then there are 20 people. Okay, fine, fair enough. Are you comfortable being a leader? Are you comfortable leading your team?
Yeah.
Because you will need to represent your team. Okay, you will need to represent your team, all the activities. So you need to be comfortable. All right. So can I request all of you, whoever have the team leads, basically, may not be immediately, maybe in the next 10 minutes while the session is going on, just give your team a name. Each team can give your team a name. Okay, let's give it a name. So whatever name you want to give your team, and try to just look at the team members that you have. Anyway, you will have a chance when you're doing that interaction. But tell me one thing, Saurav, if you're having team members of 20, where are you right now? Are the 20 team members along with you, around you?
Currently, I'm in lab, computer lab. Our teammates are in room actually.
So how will you interact with them? If I'm giving an assignment, the whole idea of having the teams is to have interaction. How will you interact with them?
I will interact, sir. Very nicely.
No, I'm going to give you
I said, I just assigned as a team lead. I don't know who is in my team.
sorry, Saurav.
This is very.
Yeah, my only this thing is when we give the team activity, I want you all, the team at least should be together so that they can interact with themselves and they can discuss and then come up with whatever presentation or solution that is there, and then you can talk about it, right? So that interaction is what I'm concerned.
From next session we will definitely will do it. Sign same thing.
You're saying next session. Okay, can I get to the next team member? Thanks, Saurav. So I just want to see, thank you very much. Can we move on to the next team lead? Who's
Good afternoon,
team?
sir.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. Myself, Abdullah Ved.
Yes, Abdullah.
Currently, I'm studying Bachelor's in Computer Application, first SEM.
I think your network bandwidth is pretty low. Can we move on to the next team lead, please? While Abdullah is setting up his connectivity issue, can we move on to the next team lead?
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Blessing.
Yeah, Blessing. Yeah.
I am from.
So one more thing. Whoever is coming, please make sure your bandwidth and internet connectivity is fine, so that we don't have issues of too many glitches. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Blessing.
I'm from first SEM BCA. So I have chosen BCA because it's going to stay relevant for the next 100 years. The field of computer science is very vast and it's versatile, and it has many opportunities for everyone. And yes, sir. And I hope to be changed or go out with more knowledge than I came in after this session.
All right. That is about you. So what about your team? What do you know about your team?
Sir, currently, today, as of today, I have just been chosen to represent a team. The team is in the process of being put together. In the next session, I'll definitely get back to you with the team.
Okay, so no, but there must be some team members assigned to you, right? Already, or no?
Yes, sir. Yeah, there are some.
Okay, so are they along with you in this classroom or wherever you are? Can you interact with them today? At least a few of them, if not everybody.
Yes, sir, it's possible.
Okay, the reason is because today's session is not just about introductions and all that, right? So I am going to give some exercises and activities, team activities, which are going to be enjoyable, provided you're all there together, because otherwise interacting amongst yourselves will become a challenge.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So, so can you just tell me how many of your team members are there with you?
So currently I've got 3 more members with me here in this room. Yeah.
Okay, 3 more are there. Okay. So meanwhile, while we are talking and interacting with the others, I mean, I realize all of you are a little, I think it's all pretty new for you, all this team thing and all of that. So can you get your team together, at least call them, and while we get going ahead with the session, try and get your team members together. Okay. All right. So the idea of getting these teams is not for, it's not just the exercise part of it. It's basically the more you are there together, the better you will engage, and it's going to be more fun for you, right? So that's the whole point. All right. Can I get on to the next team lead? Who is the next team lead? Who's the next? Yeah, Abdullah, you're back.
Sorry for the notification.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Myself, Abdullah Bey. Right, I've chosen computer science, the bachelor's in computer application with cybersecurity. Right now, I'm here with my team. There are around 8 to 9 members here in the team. Our team is named as the aspiring hackers.
Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you type in your team names in the chat box? Whoever, maybe one of your team members can type that in the chat box while you're talking. So whichever teams are ready with their team names, just type in your team names, and maybe if you want to write the, okay, you can leave maybe 3-4 names of the students in the team, not all the names, but maybe 3-4 names. The team lead, and you can mention the team name, the team lead, and maybe a few more names from the team in one chat, and then put that in the chat box so that I can also see it in the chat box. Okay. And yes, Abdullah, so what is it that you're expecting today in this session? Why do you want to attend this session, today's session? What brings you here today?
So since we weren't expecting to have some activities, but now it's been seen that you said about activities and we are cheerfully waiting for it. So eagerly waiting to interact with each other. I'm happily waiting.
Okay. Abdullah, just 1 second. So I'm seeing Blessin Ronit has typed these names. So what I want you to do is not just these names, Blessin, just give me the name of your group, then give it a name, give some name. You can call yourself the magic team or whatever team, or you can call yourself the business problem solvers or whatever team name you want to give to yourself. Don't spend too much time. That is just to create your identity so that I can refer to your team like that. Type your team name in capital letters, okay? In capital letters, and the team lead, identify the team lead, mention team lead and the name of the team lead, and maybe a few more names from the team. All right, I hope that is clear. I think it's very straightforward. First, the team name in capital letters, then the team lead's name. You can mention team lead hyphen the name, let's say Blessin, and then maybe 3 or 4 more names from your team. Okay, so that I get an idea of who are the team members. All right, so maybe you want to retype this whole thing, okay? And don't unmute yourself in case you are not talking, and don't unmute yourself. Okay. All right, who, Abdullah, okay, you have we have finished your introduction. You can also do the same thing. Blessin, you can retype your whole thing in the same sequence. I want some uniformity. Okay, it's very clear. I'm making it very clear. You just need to type your team name and your team lead's name and the maybe 3 or 4 names more from your team, and then just make that as one chat and then put it in the chat window. Okay, type it in the chat and send it out to everybody. Okay. If this is not clear, please raise your hand. If this is clear, please go ahead and do it quickly. Who is the next team lead? Can I get the next team lead?
Nitin, are you there?
Okay, Abdullah, I see your chat. Aspiring hackers. Team lead is Abdullah Beg. Team members Deepika, Aniket, Stephen, Shivanand, and Habil. Okay, good. I want it like this. So you can send your things like this. So right now we only have one team like this. Blessin, I would request you to also send your team details like this. Resend your thing in the same format. Okay, so I have one team here, which is the next team. Okay, there is absolute silence. Can I get some responses, please? Thank you, Blesson. The achievers, team members is Bikash, Sanjot. Team lead, who's the team lead? Blesson. Okay, you mentioned that in the end. Okay, team lead is Blesson and the team members are Bikash, Sanjot and Harika. Okay, good. You can maybe just the team name, you can put it in caps and the rest of it, just like Abdullah has sent it, you can just send that. But it's okay, yours is fine. The rest of them, they can follow that format. Because it, the team name stands out and it'll be easy for us to refer to your teams. All right, so yeah, so someone within this, can you also make note of these teams? Roto Phantoms, Shaurav Kumar. What is this Roto Phantoms? Saurav, is that your team name? If it is your team name, I want the other, just got in my diary. Okay, I did not understand that. I want the whole chat like the other two. Okay. All right. Okay, which is the other team? We just have two teams as of now. Which is the other team? Yeah. Who's the next team lead who can talk on behalf of their team and introduce themselves to the group?
As of now, there are only 3 teams.
Okay, which is the third team? I only saw 2 teams. Okay, 3 is also not bad, but I want the third team.
Hello, Saurav.
So because I see there are about 71 participants in this whole session, assuming a few of them are from the admin and all of that, let's discount that to maybe 10, at least 60, at least 50 people, 50 are students, right? So where are all these 50 students? What are they doing? Are they just listening? Are they just logged in? I'm a little concerned about that. Okay, and I just have about 5 names in one team and another 5 to 6 names in the other team. So just about that accounts for only 12. What about the rest of them? Where is the other team? The third team? At least the third team? Okay, let's get started, students, because otherwise we'll be wasting a lot of time in this. I want to give a quick, brief introduction of myself. I can do that only if I see some people, right? Some teams and groups, and then I'll tell you the format of these sessions. These are not lecture sessions, for your information. I'm not going to present some slides and, do that for hours together and then you just keep expect that you will absorb them. No, so this is slightly different. There'll be a lot of, actually the sessions are also going to evolve with your participation. The more you participate, the next session is going to be the evolution from the previous session. All right, so it depends on you how you want to take it. Okay, and I'll tell you why. There is a reason for that. Why it is not, there are some planned activities, definitely, but at the same planned activities, planned topics that I want to cover, definitely I will be doing that. There will be presentation. I will be discussing and talking to you about those as well. But beyond that, there isn't a pre-planned structure to the session because I want the structure to evolve as we keep discussing in the session. Since it is the very first session, I can understand you're trying to understand all of this. I'm trying to iron out those things, but otherwise I will expect a lot more participation. Okay, so which is the next team, please, quickly, before we get started? I see Jom on the, okay, the Avengers. Very good. Okay, wonderful. Good name. Team members are Saurav, Mani, Nivya, and Gautami. And who's the team lead? Who is the team lead? Who's the team lead? Okay, Saurav is the team lead. All right. All right. So can I request the team lead Saurav, each one of you, the team lead Saurav is the team lead, then we have Blesson, and we have the other team, that is Achievers, the Achievers. No, sorry, the Aspiring Hackers. Any other teams at this point of time? Any other teams at this point of time? No? All right. Okay, let me quickly share my screen. So I'm assuming all these team members, the team leads and the team members, whatever names are there right now, I'm assuming they're all there together and they can interact amongst themselves, at least for today's session. Okay. In the next session onwards, it's going to be the same teams, but maybe more members. But at least these many members per team in today's session, they can interact is what my assumption is. Can I get a yes in the chat box? If that is the case, can I get a yes in the chat box from each of the team leads? So I want 3 yeses. Okay, Abdullah is saying yes. What about Saurav and Blessing? Can I get a yes in the chat box? Yes, thank you, Blessing. And Saurav? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I'll quickly share my screen and I will give you a brief introduction of myself, just so that you get an idea of, who's presenting and you know who I am in a little more detail. And more importantly, you will also get an idea of what to expect in the upcoming sessions and today's session and what is it that we are going to discuss. Okay, so just before that, one of the team leads, what is it that you're expecting in today's session? You said I want to learn something new, but you could be learning anything new, right? Can we discuss astrology? Can we discuss cooking? What is it that I want a little more detail about what is that new that you want to learn today? In what area, what subject, and what topic? What brings you here for today's session? Do you want to learn cooking? Do you want to learn, if you want to learn cooking, I'm not the right person. If you want to learn about astrology, not the right person. So what is it that you want to learn today? One of the team leads can speak.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yes, Abdullah.
So as of now, since we have attended last 2 or 3 days, we have been attending only artificial intelligence. We have been learning about artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So right now we are waiting about cybersecurity, how actually things work in cybersecurity.
Okay. You want to learn, okay, so you're expecting maybe something you will learn about some technology, some cybersecurity or something like that. Okay, all right, fair enough. Is that the same expectation from the others as well? Saurav and Blessing? Saurav, can you speak up?
Yes, sir, same expectation. I'm interested in robotics field, as I said you before. So, voice is coming.
No, I'm able to hear you. No, it's okay. Continue. So tell me, what is your course? What is the course you're doing, Saurav?
Course.
No. What is the course? What is the course you are studying? What is it that you're studying right now? You're part of a curriculum, right? What is it that you're studying? What is your course?
Okay. BCA with artificial
What is your
intelligence.
field of study? What?
Python and actually, voice is
Okay,
echoing
no,
this
but
room,
are you
so
into
and so many people are.
business studies or are you into? I think, Yaro, every time, I think in your case, you need to change your location or something so that, communication is better, because otherwise there'll be a lot of echo and all of that. Okay. Blessin, can you speak up? Blessin, what is your expectation? While Saurav is setting up his.
Computer science and artificial intelligence.
So what is the course that you all are doing? Good to see your group. Yeah, I think it's better if I see you like this. Yeah. So, so what is the course you're doing right now?
So the Kionics
Sorry?
course or the Kionics course?
No,
or
your
the,
other course. No, not the Kionics, the other course. What is your
Bachelor of Computer Applications. In the first sem, we have fundamentals of computers and C programming and all the other subjects.
Okay. So, fair enough. Thank you, Blessin. So, can I ask you all one thing? So, it is okay. You will anyway be having a lot of sessions on technology, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and I'm sure you'll be having a lot of programming languages. There'll be a lot of individual courses around different topics, which is something which is expected, and you will have that in your sessions. So I want to do something slightly different in the sense, I want to bring in the concept of business problem solving for all of you. Okay, the reason being, I want you all to understand these technologies from a holistic perspective. Why these technologies, why these solutions, why these cutting edge innovations, why are we having all of these things, and what is the purpose behind all of these, and how are they actually being used in the industry, right? Is that something which you would be interested in, all of you? Is that something which will interest you? I'm asking, maybe the team leads can represent their teams and answer for them on behalf of the teams. Would
Yes,
that
sir.
interest you? Instead of me giving you a session on cybersecurity today, okay, this is cybersecurity, or this is artificial intelligence, or this is about machine learning, or this is about maybe digital technologies. What I want to first, because you are anyway getting that from your other sessions, what I thought will be more meaningful would be if I give you something which brings all of these things together, and the purpose behind all of these technologies and how you are going to be using them even in your career going forward, or how is it being used in today's businesses. Would that make sense for you? Does that make sense? Okay, yes, Aniket said yes, really yes, wonderful. Yes. Aniket, you can unmute yourself and speak up. Since you've been, I see you interacting, I'll be happy to hear from you. Aniket, would you want to come on screen and speak up? If your bandwidth and everything is fine, please come up and speak up.
Yes, sir. I'm really excited about it because business is all about what you are saying is really interesting. Knowing all about coding and all is not like we know everything, but where to use, how others are using that knowledge, that's important. So that's why I said, yes, really, I'll interest to learn with
wonderful.
you.
Thank you, Aniket. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, so I appreciate your, your thinking. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen now. Let me know once you're able to see my screen. All of you, just one of you can type yes, I can see the screen. Okay, yes, I can see the screen. If you can see my screen, let me know if you can see the screen. Okay, yes, I can see. Okay, all right. So quickly about myself, I am Anil Yerra. Now we're getting into the session. Before that, I just wanted to introduce myself, as I said. So I'm a partner to digital and IT leaders, and a brief background about myself. I have more than 24 years of experience. I've worked on different problems in the business space across different industries. I've worked on different projects and programs, including some of the programs associated with some of the Fortune 500 organizations. And predominantly, I've been working in the IT industry, and I've worked with organizations like Wipro, IBM, Cognizant, and so on. I'm an alumni of IIT and IIM. I've done my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Delhi and MBA from IIM Bangalore. And with my experience, all the industry experience that I have, I've worked across different industry verticals, which means to say a lot of those projects which I've done are not only from one particular industry, because of the background and because of the roles that I have played. Industries, it can be retail industry, it can be consumer packaged goods, it can be banking industry, it can be oil and gas. So we get exposure to that. Okay, and I also have credentials in the product management and product leadership space, I've also digital transformation in terms of speaking opportunities in conferences and writing accolades and all of that, different types of opportunities. And that's my LinkedIn profile. In case you want to connect with me, please send me, and then we can also associate and interact.
So we can't hear you, sir. So kindly unmute yourself, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where did you lose me? When did you lose me? What was the last thing that you heard from me?
Previous slide. Previous slide.
All right.
Sir, when you were telling about Fortune 500 companies list, after that there was some lag, sir.
Okay, let me go back. Let me try and go back. Okay, so yeah, so I've had some, so I was talking about the projects that I did with the Fortune 500 organizations, and I've worked predominantly in the IT industry. I've worked with organizations like IBM, Wipro, Cognizant, and so on and so forth. I've held some different variety of roles, interesting roles, and held some key positions in these organizations. I am an alumnus of IIT and IIM, did my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Delhi and MBA from IIM Bangalore. And so I've had exposure to different industries because by virtue of my roles and because of the kind of projects that I did, I've had exposure to different industries, different projects in different industries like banking industry, retail industry, and so on and so forth. And I've got my credentials in the product management and product leadership space as well, product marketing. Good exposure in that space. I've won several awards in the space of digital transformation, design thinking in terms of speaking opportunities, conferences, representing organizations in different events and all of that. So that's briefly about myself, and you have my LinkedIn profile there in case you want to connect with me beyond these sessions. You can always connect with me on LinkedIn and we can stay connected for more interaction. All right. So what do I exactly mean by helping companies with digital transformation programs? What do I do? What is it that I actually do? So that is what I'm going to share with you briefly here. So first is, see, a lot of organization, a lot of companies, you all spoke about, artificial intelligence, cyber securities and different technologies you're learning. So what are all these things? Actually, these are all being used by companies today to transform themselves and be prepared for the future. for the digital age, right? So even before they do that, even before they start doing that, they need to first assess themselves as to where are they currently, right? So so there is something called as assessment workshops. I conduct those workshops. I help them understand their current position in the industry in terms of their digital readiness. Are they really ready to take on their digital initiatives? So that is the first step. Second is then building the strategy and the roadmap, the implementation plan for reaching to the place they want to reach, right? So once they know where they are, they want to then get to where they want to go, right? For example, you are a student today and you know your current situation is you are a student and you want to learn all of these things, and tomorrow 5 years down the line you want to be working in some organization. Of course you want to start working earlier than that, but 5 years from now you want to be in a certain position in your organization and you want to be doing something. There is a vision, right? So similarly, an organization will also have a vision for themselves, and there has to be a strategy for that. There has to be a roadmap for that, and that's the second part which I help in. And third, actual implementation, right? The actual implementation of that plan. How do you go about doing that to transform yourself in the digital age as an organization? So I lead the consulting, direct the consulting teams, and I've done several projects as I explained to you, right? I also deliver specific solutions for digital platforms, specific solutions like maybe in digital marketing space or digital operations and so on and so forth. You need not get into the details of that. So basically what I'm saying is, some product kind of implementation or solution implementations, requirements and all of that. So I help in that as well. And finally, I also coach, mentor, and help senior professionals in their digital and IT, transformation careers. So that is briefly about myself. And that was to share about my experience. And the reason why I shared all of this is for you to be, for you to understand, my background. And so this is not these sessions that we will be doing going forward. I think many sessions we're going to be together. These are not going to be classroom kind of sessions where I will present some slides and there'll be a topic and then I will keep on talking about it and then you are expected to just listen. No. So I want to do it a little different because I want to share my experience. And how do I share my experience? I think the best way for me is at least in your scenario, in the scenario of students like yourself, it is best to do it with some activities and some engagements. And then we see how you handle those. And then I give you examples of how a similar situation or something similar maybe in the industry would be handled. Right? Then you will be able to connect with that and you will be able to understand that much better. You will be able to see a reason behind a lot of things that are happening in the industry today. All right, making sense? If it is making sense, please type yes in the chat box so that I can get some motivation and then go forward. Right? Can I get a yes on the screen or on the chat box? Okay, so yeah, if some people are typing yes, which means everybody has heard me. It's not me just presenting. So good to see that. Okay, so now let's look at a few other things. Okay, let me bring this up. Okay, this is something interesting. I'm going to bring this up. All right. This is a very standard thing that I usually, a lot of people love this slide. So I'm just going to share that with you. Give me a moment. Okay, can you all see this screen? You can see the screen. Okay, can you guess what this is? Who will guess what this is? It's a comb jellyfish, right? So it's a jellyfish again. So what is this animal? Can you guess what this animal is? What this species is? Can you type in the chat box? Whoever wants to answer, can type in the chat box. Okay, it's a striped. So I get one answer. Blessing says it's a squirrel. It's actually not a squirrel. It's actually not a squirrel. It's a striped mouse. Okay. And what is this? Can I get some answers in the chat box? What is this that you see on the screen right now? Anyone wants to answer? What is this? Okay, Saurav says it's a shark. Yes, you're right, Saurav. So, it's a shark. So, what is common amongst all of these species? What can someone answer? Living creatures. Okay, Abdullah is, yeah, they're all living creatures. Wonderful. Yeah, but what is something beyond that? What else is common amongst these three specifically? Can you unmute yourself if you're not really speaking for the session? Can you unmute yourself? Okay. Can you mute yourself? Sorry. If you're talking for the session, you can unmute and speak up. Okay. What else? What is common amongst these? They have their consciousness, they have the ability to think. Okay, good. But what else? In the context of, okay, what else? What else is common amongst all of these three? Amit, you can actually type it in the group. You need not direct message me because everybody will be able to see your answer. Do you want to just type that in the group? These are predators. Okay. What else? What else? You can type to everybody, okay, so that everybody can see your answers. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Anjana and squirrel. No, so what is squirrel? It's not a squirrel, it's a striped mouse, but what is common amongst these species? Hint, okay, hint is, it is something to do with, no, all of them don't have stripes, Shibat. So it is something to do with survival. Survival. Hint is, it is something to do with survival. They all have stripes. No. Okay, yeah, it's a good answer. Adaptable. It is close to what I am expecting. So the answer to this question that I am expecting is all the three survived extinction. All the three survived extinction. All right. So how do they survive extinction? Like, for example, the jellyfish, they adapted through millennium. They have gathered some, new adaptations to survive as a species as they're surviving today. And then the striped mouse, it demonstrated behavioral flexibility by nesting with strangers, which is a very unique response to a stressful situation. So they nested, they started inhabiting along with strangers and other species in order to survive, because they had to do that in that situation and they were able to survive, and they did not become extinct. And similarly, the shark, they went deeper into water and then developed these modern features in order to adjust to environmental changes. Now, my question to you all is, how is this relevant to all technologies and all of these new age digital things that are happening today? Any answers? Any answers? How is this relevant in the context of today's technologies and all of this? What can we learn from these? Any answers in the chat box? Or if you want to speak, you can unmute yourself and speak. Any thoughts, any ideas? Aniket, you were very, you had some thoughts earlier. Maybe you want to extend that and then answer this question. Aniket, right? The person who answered a little while earlier. Answered or, interacted a little while
So
earlier.
we should adapt adapt the growth others, like evolving in business plans and all like that.
Okay, so in that context, can I ask all of you, or Aniket, you also can answer, what are the adaptations that you're seeing in today's world? What are the new things that you're seeing today as compared to what was there earlier? Have you seen any? So Habil's is, okay, we'll come to you, Habil. Aniket, you want to answer that in a little more detail? What are the adaptations you have seen in today's world?
Technology is growing on hyper, like from web, we are evolving from web 2 to web 3, and like NFT, cryptos, and all blockchains are now on highest peak. And about metaverse and all, this is now the future. That's why it's like having fun in this BCA and some cybersecurity like that. That's why the reason I said this.
Okay, so come out a little bit from the technology perspective. Okay, you spoke about blockchain and all of that. Give me some specific examples in everyday life where you're seeing the impact of these and what is the change that you're seeing because a common man will not see, no? I mean, all of this blockchain and all of that. So what are the changes you're seeing? Can you answer that? Maybe Aniket or maybe anyone else? Habil says we have to stay updated in order to stay relevant in the IT field. Who? We as in the professionals or as a human being, as a person in the society? Who is that we? Yes, Habil, you can unmute yourself and speak up if you want to.
So we may include anyone who is in the professional team or even as a regular person.
Correct. So there are two perspectives. One is from a professional's perspective, you can say, yes, professionals have to be updated. But from a common man's perspective, does the common man also need to be need to stay updated in order to stay relevant in today's world? Has it become very necessary? What is your answer to that?
Yes, so the applications we use changes from time to time. Like, yes, yeah, before and we used to do, we used to use currency as the transaction method. Nowadays, we are using UPI payments and credit cards as transaction methods.
Correct. Which means even the common man, it's better if they adapt because they will be able to do things in a little more efficient way. They will not be stuck, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so technology has, so what does that mean? Technology has gotten into so many areas in our everyday life. Give me some more examples. You told me about payment. What are the other examples of everyday influence of technology? What are the other examples of everyday influences of technology?
So social media, ticket booking.
Okay, one at a time.
Yeah,
give me one at a time. Give me one at a time. Social media. What is the, what is happening in social media?
Social media, I think a few years ago it was usually Google Plus, which we used to use. Now it's changed to Facebook. Then now Instagram popped up.
So I'm sure all of you are there on Facebook and Instagram, at least most of you. So what are the activities? I mean, is it for interacting with your friends, sharing your updates, what's happening in your life, all of that you share on Facebook, right? So the mode of interaction and communication amongst people, I think the social media has taken over a lot of that space, right? That's one thing. What was the other thing that you were mentioning, Habel, or anybody else?
So we mentioned about ticket booking, like
Yeah. So what
where
about
we
ticket
can
booking? Okay.
we can get tickets from internet, like this
Online
websites,
booking.
right?
Online
For
booking.
online ticket registration.
Yes, yes. So that's also changed. Yeah. So you can see that there is a lot of change that has happened. So that is the world has adapted, or rather we as a species have adapted because of the changes that we're seeing in the environment, because of the influence of digital, right? The technologies that have come in, right? It's been gradual and also can you give me some more examples from the recent past? Tickets have been there for a long time now. Any other examples which have become more prominent in the recent past? You all have experienced, all of you have experienced that. That's a big hint. In the last, very recently, all of you have experienced. Recently in the sense, maybe the last few months or the last couple of years.
Sir, we get to know location using Google Maps.
Yes, that is also new, it's a new intervention that has happened in technology, and you can actually reach to a certain place by using a map instead of stopping and asking people like we used to do earlier, right? What else?
The medical
Classrooms turned into online classrooms.
Online classrooms, yes. So that's wonderful. That's a wonderful example. So earlier we didn't have this online classroom thing as rampant as it is today. Okay, another question is, what brought about this change so rapidly in the last few years?
COVID.
Yeah. So because of the pandemic, I think we were all forced to use a lot of these digital technologies, and we started using all of these, whether it be for education, whether it be for grocery purchase, whether it be for booking some tickets, or a lot of other things, or work from home, making things easier for people, professionals working from home. So adoption of digital became that much more prominent, right? So coming back to this image that I showed, the images that I showed you, I just want to reshare that so that you all are able to see that. Okay, can you see my screen again now? They all survived extinction like we saw. So the new things that we are seeing today are new products and services, right? You all have seen new products and services, like you mentioned. Okay, Book My Show is another new thing. We all watch movies. Then we have the OTT platforms, the Netflixes, the Hotstars, and all of those where we watch. These are all new things that have come in. We have adapted. We have adopted and adapted to use those, and this has all been possible because of technology, right? Digital. And then we have new business processes. Okay, this maybe when you get into your corporate life, and or maybe as part of your courses, you will understand even the businesses, they are having improvements in their processes because of digital. They are making their processes much more easier. For a simple example is, can you give me a simple example of one of the business processes that has been impacted by digital, or that has changed by digital? You all use this again. Once again, you all use this. A business process. Harika says we could consult a doctor online. Wonderful. That's a wonderful example, Harika. You can actually do it to everyone. Send it to everyone. Don't worry about, okay. It's a good example. Consultation, online consultations in the medical space, medical field. New business processes, banking. We are all able to do a lot of transactions because the process has changed, right? And then finally, Harika says in many small scale businesses went online. Yes, online advertising. These are all new things that are happening. Advertising, the process has changed maybe in the organizations. So these are all examples. Digital marketing, the marketing process has changed. Yes. So these are all impacts of the technology that you can see. And it is behind, okay, why are we talking about all of these things? Let us look at the third one, new business models. Okay, what do you mean by new business models? Can you guess? What do you mean by a new business model? Can someone guess? Yeah, promotion through social media platforms is another example of, yeah, maybe digital marketing. Now I want to understand, so you understood about products, understood in the sense you got an idea of products and services and new business processes. What are some of the new business models? What are some of the new business models that you can see today? A model which you could not see earlier, but today you're able to see that or experience that.
Selling outfits and other items to Instagram or WhatsApp, something like that. Watches and other items like shirts, t-shirts, or so many products are selling through WhatsApp, Instagram to online social medias.
So you're saying the retail industry, there need not be a physical store. The model is today you can only sell through online as well, right? So that's a new business. It's a new way of doing your business, right? Someone is scratching on the screen. There's a lot of these yellow lines and all. Who's doing that? I don't know if someone is. Because
see, can I know who is the person who is scratching on the slideshow? Could you please under this?
Someone is scratching on there's some yellow marks on the screen.
Nisha Varghese is there? Ma'am, Nisha ma'am? Yeah, she was there. She was there. But why this is happening? Chaitan is there? Anybody is there from the college? Sir, principal sir?
Yes,
Both
sir.
were
Yes,
there.
sir.
How come this is happening, madam, again?
What, sir?
Annotations, students have scratched the full screen with yellow color. Why they are doing it, madam?
Sir.
In spite of our telling also, things are not improving, madam. See what they have done. You can see it, no, Nisha, madam?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
No, sorry, may immediately take some action against these students. Just if they don't want to study, let them not study. No, those people who want to study, let them study. I will try to help this out. Yes, advanced.
I request every students to please be very serious on this, as like very sessions are going on a serious note. Kindly please do not disturb them. Thank you, sir. Please continue. Sorry for.
Right. Yeah. So the point is, because you all have technology now, you can do scratches on the screen also. So this is kind of the negative effects of using technology as well, right? So so you can see. So we saw three different things. We saw products and services, and then some of you were answering about business models. I also got a little distracted with that thing, but so can you talk about some of the new models that you're seeing? Automatic cars by Tesla. Okay, that's a new product. That's an example of some products, but any new business models, you all are using that today. If you think, just go back to your lives, everyday lives, you're using a lot of that today. New business models. When I say business models, it's a new way of doing businesses as compared to how it was being done earlier. Okay, you're all getting too much into, someone is answering autonomous manufacturing. It's okay, that's also fine. Maybe there's some amount of process involved in that. Don't go into the company thing. Look at your daily life. You all are using those things today. You are using those things almost on a daily basis. If not daily, maybe weekly or monthly once. Which are new business models, new ways of businesses being done.
Sir, it's like food delivery apps or something like that.
Wonderful food delivery apps. We never had this earlier, right? So today we can have food delivered to our houses. We don't, we can have an app, right? Cashless payments like Google Pay or Paytm, these are new models. Yeah, these are parts of that new model. A new business model is a new way of doing that entire business. You can have run a store. Actually, you need not have a physical store. You can actually be running a store based on some, you can actually deliver that, and then it's a whole new concept, right? What other area do you see a whole new concept of businesses being done? Another thing which you use on a daily basis almost. I'm sure all of you have used it. No, blockchain, these are technologies. I'm not talking about technologies. I'm talking about what are you using today. I'm trying to relate all of these with what you're doing today. How did you come to school or college today?
Transportation.
Okay, what has changed in transportation?
Ola.
Sorry?
Okay.
Yeah, you have Rapido. Yeah, someone answered Rapido. Someone is using Ola. Someone is using some other thing. So aren't these examples of new business models? Yes or no? Abdullah?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So these are new models. These are new ways of, they're not doing social service, right? They have built a business out of that transportation thing. And it's a new way of doing business. One person, how to transport Abdullah from one place to the other. There is a new way of doing it. Instead of Abdullah trying to find an auto or a cab or something else, he can actually book that using an app, and the closest vehicle can come to him, and then he can board that based on his the kind of vehicle he wants, and then he can travel to another location, and he can specify all of that. It's become so systematic, so organized. Of course, it has its own drawbacks, and there are challenges and all of that, but let's not talk about that. But it's a new business model, right? So we see new business models now. Okay, so we see a lot more examples. Good to see this interaction. Nitin is saying online vehicle rental services. Wonderful. Yes, recently we went to when I traveled to Delhi some time back, it's not possible to have a vehicle of your own everywhere, right? So you can rent a vehicle and then you can travel. You can, you can do some sightseeing and then come back and give back the vehicle at a price. You can choose the vehicle of your choice, and so on and so forth. Book My Show is another good example. You can book your shows, your movies, and window shopping. Window shopping. What do you mean by window shopping, Harika? Can you enlighten us? Can you unmute yourself and speak? What do you mean by window shopping? How is that an example of new businesses? It's interesting, but yeah, tell me, can you tell us how? Oh, so I didn't notice it was a direct. Yeah, I mean, don't worry even if you're not, completely correct or anything, don't worry, you can answer. What did you mean by window shopping?
The way of portraying banking services have changed, and yeah.
So are you saying there was an echo in your voice? So maybe I will repeat this for everyone's benefit, whatever I understood. Are you saying the way you're shopping for, let's say you're trying to buy a costume or a dress or an attire, you need not go to the physical store, you need not go to the mall, but you can actually see it on your app?
Yeah, sir. Even the opticals we have, like you could go with a 3D figure. Choose one for.
Correct. So all that is possible, right? Yeah. So today that's a new thing that is happening, right? So again, that's an introduction in the retail space. Probably the way of viewing products. Yes. Okay. And Shamil is saying OTT platforms. Yes. The way you watch movies has changed. So lots of examples. I think the list is endless. There are lots and lots of examples. And all of these are happening. Okay. Now tell me one more thing. Because of these new innovations, what else is happening? What else is happening? Can you think a little deeper and tell me what else is happening as a result of this? So I'll give you a hint. Let's say Book My Show. You gave me an example of Book My Show. When you do this, use this app like this and you start booking your tickets, or when you, okay, someone is saying time saving, Jack is saying time saving. Yes, definitely it is saving a lot of time. What else is happening? How is it benefiting businesses? Okay, no human contact. Okay, fine. In the recent times, we had this pandemic issue, so that helps. Yeah, so that is one more thing. From a business perspective, what else is happening? How is it?
Cost effective, so the mediators won't be in.
Okay, so mediators are not there, so that you don't have to worry about spending money there. Okay, fine, fair enough. What else is happening? Something more, something to do between the company and the customer. Something to do between the company and the customer. So let's say Harika, or let's say Abdullah, or let's say anybody, one of you is watching, is very who is interested in watching movies? Who's a big fan of movies here? Who wants to volunteer?
I'm interested, sir.
Okay, Arshibad. Have I pronounced your name all right? Arshibad, right?
Yes, sir. It's correct.
Okay, Arshibad, you're interested in watching movies. You're a big fan of movies. So do you book your tickets online? Do you use Book My Show?
Yes, sir. I use
Okay.
sometimes.
Okay, so you're based out of Bangalore?
No, sir. I'm from Kerala.
Okay, so what have you experienced anything beyond just purchasing tickets?
It's convenient to purchase tickets, but sir, I'm thinking that it's something more costly than we go to theater and purchasing tickets normally. But in the application, I think it's taking more price than the normal theaters.
It is taking more. Achha, you're saying when you buy it on an app, it is more expensive compared to you directly going to the theater and buying the ticket?
Yes, sir. I think it's more expensive. I think it's 50% more expensive than we.
50% more expensive. So there is something called as a convenience fee. So that is, you're paying for your convenience of being able to book, because if you go to the theater, there is no guarantee that you will get the ticket. If it's a full, if it's a house full, and if it is the recent movies that, I don't know if you watched some of the recent movies, if it is a house full, then you may not get the ticket. But if you want to make sure that you get your ticket from the comfort of your home, you got to pay some price for it, which is not exorbitant, which is reasonable. Then would you still prefer buying it from the app?
Sometimes, sir, if there is a big show, we want a ticket. When we buy from an app, we can directly choose the seat which we like, and that's some convenience.
You have more control. You have more control of what you want to buy, where you want to sit. Okay, what else? Have you experienced something else beyond just buying that ticket?
No, sir, nothing like that. And sometimes ads come.
Okay,
ads come based on the movies or.
Okay, okay. Has someone else experienced anything else beyond just buying tickets?
So we can order food as well.
Yeah, so you can actually order food. Nitin, that's a good example. You can order food. So when you buy the ticket, let's say you go to PVR, place, and then the thing. So do you get an opportunity to bundle something else along with your ticket? Buy this and buy that and all of that. Do you get those options? Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you get some, so you get some more offers, right? Along with the ticket, the company is able to cross-sell or maybe even sometimes upsell some additional things along with the ticket. You're not just being sold the ticket, you are also being sold other things along with the ticket, right? For example, you could be given some popcorn options or a pizza or a burger or some other snacks or whatever, which you can enjoy during your movie. Whether you buy it or not, that's a different option, but that opportunity for the business to offer that to you in the same place is there. So there is a greater chance that the customer will buy it. So there is a greater chance of doing business. Yes or no? Yes. What else? What else? So that is from the business perspective. So the business is benefiting by this. From the customer's perspective, is there anything that is benefiting the customer? Are there any benefits that you have seen as part of these kind of experiences?
Yes, sir.
What else? What is your benefit? Tell me. Beyond the convenience and all of that, is there any other benefit that you get?
So through online payments, when we are going through Google Pay and all, we get coupons or cashbacks.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wonderful. So you may get some coupons, you may get some cashbacks. The theater might offer you some extra tickets, or if you're using a credit card, the banking industry has now connected with the entertainment industry, and then you see the collaboration between these two industries. So you are able to, if you use this credit card, you may get a free ticket, you may get some discount on your tickets. So that is beneficial for you, right? For a customer that, and if you keep, let's say you watch some 5 movies in a particular theater, the theater might say he's a loyal customer or she's a loyal customer, so I will offer 1 additional ticket to you. So as a customer, that is benefiting you, right? That is benefiting you. So all this is possible today. You see all of these, we took an example today. All this is possible because of what? Because of what?
Because of the technology, sir.
Because of the technologies. So there is the app, the application in this example is able to track that Arshibad is able to, he's watching these movies and he's a regular consumer. They have a profile of Arshibad, and then they're saying, okay, this person loves watching movies. Let us encourage him more and let us give him some more freebies. Let us give him 1 free popcorn for the next show, or maybe 1 free ticket, or buy 1 get 1 free, so that you're also enthused, right? They're able to do that because they're able to track you. Earlier, it was not possible, right? If you were going to the theater, I don't think the person behind the counter recognized you every time you went and purchased the ticket before we had these apps, right? It's not like he recognizes, unless you're very close to him or her, whatever. So there's no way of tracking you, and that even if it is there, it will be very minimal. It can't be for everybody. So now with this app, you're able to track each and every purchase, everybody who's coming, how many people are coming, how many movies are they watching, what they are watching, what are their interests. Based on that interest, can I offer them something else? So all of this is possible because of all these technologies that you spoke of just some time back. You spoke of, artificial intelligence, machine learning, all of these things, right? Of course, blockchain, cybersecurity, all of these things will play their role in other areas maybe, but all of these are making all these things possible for us today, right? Are you able to see the connect? If you're able to see the connect, what we are discussing and how we are discussing, if you're liking this flow of this discussion, just type a great in the chat box. I want to see a great in the chat box if you are enjoying this session. Okay, I want to see that. I want to get some motivation. Abdullah is saying great. Blessin is saying great. Muhammad is saying great. Nitin is saying great. Okay, wonderful. So I'm again very motivated. So let's do some group activity now. All right, so let's do some, thank you for all those grades. Let's do some group activity. How many of you are ready for the group activity? All the team leads, can you type ready if you're ready for a group activity? Can you type ready in the chat box? I want your teams, all of you, to be together now, and you need to do a quick group activity. Okay, actually we have a little time. Let's see how much time we can spend on the group activity. And that will bring us to the next topic, which we may not be able to start today, but at least we'll have the group activity to get it rolling. Whoever the groups are ready, just type a ready in the chat box so that I can, initiate that group activity. Initiate in the sense I can give you an example, explain to you what you need to do. Currently, I don't have a team with me, sort of. So what do you mean you don't have a team with you? You said you had a team, right? I mean, they're not with you. Physically, they're not present along with you. Is that what you mean?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So since it's last hour, there is no team here. So what we can do is we can club in together if we have 3 to 4 members.
Okay, yeah, I think that's also fair enough. Whoever, all of you are there together. So what I can do is, because I mean, I don't want to get into this, team building activity and all of that. That is something that you need to do it, sort it out, and then we can use the platform for that. But whoever is there today, so let's just have, I will give the exercise. All of you can discuss amongst yourself. I will give you some time. Let's try and do that today. Okay, let's try and do that today. And then next time onwards, we'll have a better team activity. Better in the sense, even this is going to be good. let's look at this. Okay. So let's take a very practical scenario. And this exercise is about being dumb. Okay, being as dumb as we can be. Okay, so let's take the example. Let's take a problem that we all are facing today. Okay, today we are facing the problem of how do we conduct these team activities. That's a problem that I am facing. That's a problem that you all are facing, right? We all are facing the problem of how do we conduct these team activities. Given this challenge that I'm here, it's an online session. You all are there in your classroom, or maybe some of you are virtually joining from some other location, or whatever the situation is. Given all the practical reality of this, what I want you to do is I want you to spend, I will leave it to you, whoever. So at least let's get the team. Who is going to be participating? Can you type a yes? And can you type a yes in the chat box? So at least the team leads together. And I think we'll just have one team now, because if the other teams are not there, then it doesn't make sense. At least Saurav has said that the team is there. Others have not even responded. Blessin and Abdullah have not even responded. So, but since Muhammad is saying yes. Muhammad, are you, what does that yes mean, Muhammad? Are you, does that mean your team is together? Okay, sir, even I don't have any team members with me right now. Okay, so what we will do is, we have this problem. Okay, the problem is how do we conduct these team activities, right? The point is we have to have teams, one team, two teams, and the team 1, team 2, team 3. And these teams need to interact amongst themselves and come back with a presentation or a solution. All right. So now, right now we will have, I will leave this floor open to all of you who are there in this session, who have been participating, more interactively, like Abdullah, then Blessin, and all of these, Muhammad, and all of you all. You can discuss amongst yourself, and I will witness your discussion. You can unmute yourself and you can speak and talk amongst yourselves, but don't make it a cacophony. Don't make it a, you can ask, maybe you can do one at a time amongst yourself. You all are one team, actually. There aren't too many teams. There is just one team. You can discuss amongst yourself, okay? And what you need to do is, you need to come up with the dumbest. Each one of you will have to come up with a dumbest idea. What do you mean by dumbest? Which is most impractical, or maybe you can't even, if someone were to hear that, they will say, oh, that's not possible. Let's not even discuss. So I don't want to shoot it down. I want you to come up with your idea, whatever the idea, even if it is dumb or the dumbest idea, you need to come up with that idea and share that idea with the rest of the team here. In this group, in this forum, I'm going to witness that. Okay. After 5, 6 of you have come up with your ideas, you need to, maybe one of you, I will, or maybe the team leads together can discuss amongst themselves in this forum itself. You need to then prioritize those ideas. Let's say you got 5 ideas, 6 ideas, or 7 ideas. I then want to see how you will prioritize which is a better idea and which is a not so better idea, right? And after that, you're going to look at the best idea and then elaborate on that. Okay, so this is the best amongst all of these options. How will we make this happen? Okay, so there are 3 steps. First is sharing of all your dumb ideas. Second is prioritizing those ideas according to most practical to least practical. And third step is taking the most practical idea and discussing how you will actually make it happen. You elaborate on that one single idea as a group. All of you are one group. Is this exercise clear? If it is clear, can you type clear in the chat box? Can you type clear in the chat box if this is clear? If you have a question, please ask me that question now. Okay. Arshibad is saying clear. Alameen, okay, all of you are saying clear. Okay, so the team leads will be the people who will be controlling the discussion for the next 10 odd minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. You will have to ask, you will have to figure out how you're going to give permissions, who is going to speak and all of that. Rest of it, I will leave it to you because that's the best I can do right now for this kind of an activity. For the next 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, I will be only witnessing, watching you. I will not speak. The floor is open for you all to discuss now. The problem is clear. The activity is also very clear. Okay, please go ahead. I'm going to mute myself.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for interrupting. Can you, sir, please explain again the topic exactly and what its motive?
Okay, so who will answer Saurav? Who has understood and who will answer Saurav? Someone said it's clear, no? Abdullah, you said it's Blessing, you said it's clear. Blessing, can you clarify Saurav's doubt? Can you rephrase what I have asked you to do, Blessing?
So, yes, sir. So now all the team leads, sir has told us to prioritize or take ideas from
excuse me, bro.
everyone
Your voice is breaking. Sorry,
and
bro.
prioritize their ideas and okay.
Saurav, can you hear me?
Yes, bro. I can hear you.
Maybe you can
sorry, bro.
remove. So sorry to interrupt. I think because your audios are not very clear. Maybe you can remove your videos and just keep the audios. Maybe that will help with the bandwidth. Abdullah, you are very clear. You can explain this whole thing to the rest of the team and you can get going, all of you.
Yeah, Saurav, can you hear me? So currently we have to discuss some dumbish ideas or dumb ideas. That's the first step. The second step is we will prioritize the ideas, dumb ideas, and third we'll work on it. That's what it is all about.
Abdullah, since you are very clear, you can take the lead and you can ask individually everyone to start speaking up. Maybe the team leads can start with their dumb ideas first, and then the others can start following them. So let's have at least 7, 8 ideas on how to conduct these group activities in these sessions.
Hey, how about like implementing it to the human, right? So all the doubts on like the person, like if a person is not able to study or read, if a person is having more doubts, it will be cleared by the person. Like how should we like set up a idea? Like if a person is having brain and not able to think, the chip will help them to activate their brain to the full power. So all the doubts will be cleared by the chip. Or so how's that idea? Plus, well,
Okay, guys, I have an idea that we set up a robot that destroys. Okay, we have walkways and the traffic signals. If anyone doesn't follow the signal rules, and there's this robot who smashes the whole car and destroys it as a punishment.
when you look at to go back.
Invention of a time machine.
Hello, guys. It's a good
It
thing
could
that's
even
a
be a
useful
anywhere door of a cartoon.
that we can actually travel faster than a light speed. Actually, we can time travel to the future.
You have to elaborate on your ideas. You have to elaborate on your ideas. Okay, first you collect your ideas and then you can elaborate. More people should talk, no? What about Blessing and what about the others? Get some ideas. How are you going to conduct these sessions? Group activities in these sessions. So supposing we were supposed to do these team activities and the whole group has to be divided into 4 or 5 teams where the teams can interact. How will we do it? Can you think of some ideas?
So it could be a anywhere door, which means we are facing a problem of teams, right? There are no team members here. So anywhere door for the transportation, like one place to another, it would be easy for people to get in.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I mean, get the ideas from the others as well and then start prioritizing which is the best amongst those ideas. Harika had another idea. Is someone making a list of those ideas? The team leads. Can you make it right now? I only heard, I think 2 or 3, maximum 3 ideas. What about the other ideas? Don't tell me. I mean, Alamin is saying, sir, how about a hologram? So it's not to me, it's amongst you people. You have to discuss. I'm just telling you, guiding you how to do it. You all have to discuss and solve this amongst yourself. I'm not going to judge. So Alamin also has got another idea. Why don't you speak that out in the session, Alamin, and discuss with the team?
Sir, so far I don't have any specific ideas. Sir, you know, like holograms, when we put it in a classroom, and whereas some of the students can discuss about the things from one classroom, and from other classroom, others can discuss about the ideas and things like that. That's all I have to say.
Okay, there you go. So we have another 4th idea. Alamin has given one 4th good idea.
Sir, we can create a metaverse room and provide AR headsets for everyone, and that will be very more interactive.
Yeah, so Blessing, you don't have to address me. You discuss amongst your team. You can address your team members. All of you can discuss. One of you can note down all of these, and the next step is to prioritize these. Now you have got 4 or 5 ideas. Pick up a couple of more, and then you can start prioritizing which is the best amongst these, and then you have to then elaborate on that one idea. Clear, right? Can you, Blessing, or who's that? One of you can note down all these ideas, no?
Abdullah is noting down all the ideas.
Okay, great, wonderful, wonderful.
So a teleport device or a machine. It is a process of moving an object or a person.
So you mean by teleporting from whom to where? For what purpose?
I'm telling about a person, bro.
So you are talking about something like Star Trek.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, why not? Right now, I mean, ideas can be anything, right? So we are only discussing ideas. So after that, we'll prioritize, and then we will see which one of them we'll pick. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
all of
sir.
you can discuss.
Okay.
If you have enough ideas, now list down all those ideas in a list and then start prioritizing them.
So, guys, we could create robots as our replicas so that they would note the current class notes, and yeah, the place constraint can be removed, and yeah.
Okay, so I think you have some good ideas. Good, or I mean, you got a list of ideas. Can Abdullah narrate the list of ideas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then now all of you discuss amongst yourself and prioritize the top 3 ideas. Instead of all of them, can you select the top 3 ideas? Discuss amongst yourselves, whoever gave these ideas, all these idea makers, and identify which are the top 3 ideas, which are the best 3 ideas. Okay.
Sir, I have one more to tell.
Yeah, please go ahead. I'm just trying to ensure that there is some activity and engagement happening. There shouldn't be dead silence. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'm looking
salary
at time.
deduction if you're not attending the meeting or the team. Salary deduction.
Okay. Okay, so why don't you list down all these ideas, Abdullah, and then you can discuss. The teams can discuss amongst themselves. I mean, you all can discuss and get the top 3 ideas. And the top 3 ideas, all of you will be in consensus. If you come up with these top 3 ideas, it means all of you agree that these are the top 3 ideas. Okay.
So I'll list out the ideas first and let them discuss. So first one is anywhere door.
Okay, maybe it's a good idea if you can type those, Abdullah, in one chat, one complete chat.
Yes, sure.
So that everybody can, it's not easy for us to remember. You can either put up a slide, which I don't think you will be in a position to do, or you can type in the chat box. Are you typing, Abdullah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe one each you can keep typing because okay, you already typed. Great. Anywhere door. Yeah, Abdullah, you will explain these now. And if he's making a mistake, whoever gave the idea can correct him. Okay, Abdullah, explain these ideas.
So it's basically a cartoon character wherein you can travel from one place to another just by a door.
Okay.
It's a cartoon concept. It's a cartoon concept.
Okay, so how does that help in this situation? How is it going to help us have team meetings? Team activities.
Sir, many people are not interacting because after the class hours, majority of them are busy with traveling in buses. So if the traveling part is deducted, so we can all interact more efficiently.
Yeah, how does the anywhere door help reduce the traveling part?
Sir, anywhere door, it's like a portal through which there's a door, and if you open it, you can just be anywhere within a fraction of a second.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Yeah. So you mean to say, so how will it help? How will it enable the team activities? How will
there will be more participants.
No, so I want you to explain how you will do the team act. So let us say we are having this session and I have said that I need 10 different teams and you all have to, each team has to do an assignment, this exercise. So how will your anywhere door actually help that happen?
It's possible to get people on time, like from wherever they are, we can get them into the meeting. Okay. Or assemble.
So you can make 10 meeting rooms is what you're saying. You can create 10 meeting rooms.
So anywhere door is like calling people through that door, like transportation.
Yeah, so now anywhere door, you say you all come into this group, they will all come into this group, but where are the teams? How will you, these independent teams have to do it independently? No, I don't want team A to interact with team B should not interact with team C, like that. So how will you ensure that all these teams are having their independent rooms where they can interact and then come back together, all of us again reconvene, and then we have our session? How is that possible with this anywhere door? You all are students, right? So you must have done team activities in your college, right? In your sessions, your professor or in your lectures or any courses, you might have been given team activities. You may be doing some projects, right? Team projects. So how do you all do all those team projects? The team gets together, maybe in the cafeteria, or maybe in the library, or wherever, or maybe in your hostels or wherever, and then you all do your team activity, and then the next day you come and submit your assignment or your presentation, right? Or if it is in the classroom, you all are divided into groups, and you all huddle in your groups, in your special corners, and then discuss amongst yourselves, or maybe go out and discuss amongst yourselves, and then come back into the when the actual presentation starts, everybody comes back and then they present, right? So my question is, how will this anywhere door concept help achieve that in this situation where we are all having a online session? You're right. I understand. I appreciate the idea. I'm trying to understand more. How will you actually make it happen? Hello, are you there?
Yes, so you said to give a dumbish ideas, right?
Yeah.
So it's not applicable at all.
Okay, so suddenly you made it from applicable to not applicable at all. Okay, why can't you have anywhere door, 10 different anywhere doors? We want 10 teams and there are 10 different anywhere doors. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So the 10 different anywhere doors are 10 different teams, doors into different team rooms. Okay. Yeah, and then so team one, whoever is part of team one should go into anywhere door team A, or whatever door for that team, something like that. I mean, that was the idea of your anywhere door, right? The door should be allowing you to reach anywhere, isn't it? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is it applicable or not applicable?
No, sir. In that case, every participant should have a door separately.
Sorry, every participant should have
A door for themselves to travel.
Yeah, so every participant has access to that door, but which door opens, it can be, you can, okay, so we will elaborate on that. We will further elaborate on this idea as the next stage. But I'm saying the concept of the availability of an anywhere door can actually solve this problem, no? We will elaborate how we will solve it, but an anywhere door concept, if it allows you to reach anywhere, can help you, the team members can come into that room if they're asked within a fraction of a second, isn't it? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's not go too much. We will take this up in the next session as well. Abdullah, you need to be there in the next session with the same list. Okay. Time machine. What is the time machine? Whose idea was that? And what is it? Can you explain? Abdullah, maybe you want to explain, or whoever wants to explain. Listen. Quick. We have very little time now. Blessing.
Sir, even the time machine is very impractical. I don't think it has any practical applications. It was
no, we are
proposed.
not judging the idea right now.
Okay.
I want to know what was that idea. What is the time machine idea? Let's not discuss whether it is applicable or not. What was the idea? I want to understand the idea.
Well, I think that was given by Amit. Amit, can you please elaborate?
Okay. If you're not able, if you understood something about it, can you throw some light on it, Blessing? Because we can't wait for Amit to come in and all.
Sir, I think he means that when all the teams can get access to time machine and travel in time and attend the session. Is that what you mean, Amit?
Okay, so basically, no, so don't ask him, because if he wants to correct, he will correct himself. Okay. So I'm assuming he's hearing. If he's there, he can correct it. Yeah, but let's make sense of what he meant, or let's make this idea. So Amit, what was this time machine thing? I see.
I will know, sir. Yes, sir. So if a person wants to like attend a meeting or like a group session, the person can go forward and arrange a meeting. If like it's a movie, they can put forward a batch which help them to like put a time. Well, at that time, everyone should be present on the place, or like if it's a cafeteria, if a place, it should be shown on the like in their watch. So if that time comes, like if the meeting on 2 a.m. or if it's like on 2 p.m., all the group members, like if the group is conducted on where or in which place, the people should be like present will be the like which the time machine helps them to like a portal from where they are standing, or like if they are traveling, if the person is having a batch, or like in where the people has been implanted their time machine, the person will help them to like the mainframe will travel them from one place to another, like at the same time. Like if the person should be present in a place at 2 p.m., the person should be like should arrive at that time with or without their like without their.
Okay, very good concept, Amit. So how will this help us do these team activities in this session?
Yeah, like if no one, if some are not interested or interested not to participate in the like group session or not, it should be like a compulsory, like a person should be there, like they can't
Okay,
escape
so
from the
I will leave you with that. Next time when we meet in the next session, I want you to think a little more and make this applicable to these sessions. Okay, time machine, how is it going to be applicable? Now, similarly, I think all these ideas, let us not judge. Right now, we are not judging whether it is a good idea or a bad idea. That is the next level. We have to prioritize. First, we want to understand what these ideas are. Similarly, third hologram, who gave that idea? So Amit, you will need to be back with more details when you come back in the next session. But it's a good idea, good in the sense it's a good thing for discussing in, as a part of this exercise. Okay, hologram, who gave the idea of hologram?
Sir, me, sir.
Sorry?
Me. It's me. My name is Alamin David. That's what he said.
Okay, Alamin, what do you mean by hologram? How do you use that for team meetings or team activities?
For example, if someone is not able to attend the class or the meeting from, like some people can be far away from the class or the place.
Understood.
So they can use this hologram to either participate in the program. Hologram can be used, like for a 3D presentation and things like that. So it will be more easy for them to participate in this thing.
Okay, how will they do that? So you need to think about this a little more and come back in the next session, okay? Because we are running out of time. I want you to think through this and then come back. Okay, metaverse, I can understand. Who gave the idea of metaverse? Blessing, I think it was you.
Yes, sir, it was me.
So metaverse, okay, how do you use metaverse for team activities in these kind of
Sir,
sessions?
I think at this point of time, that is the most practical thing. And
no, again, Blessing, I don't want to judge the idea right now. I just want the idea. Okay, I just want the idea.
For example, you give us an assignment. So now through these online sessions, we are just limited by the 2D or 3D dimensions. Through metaverse, we can even do 4-dimensional group meetings, and it is like way more interactive than any technology.
Wonderful. So I want you to come back with more details on this in the next session. Okay, we'll discuss this. Then teleport, who gave the idea of teleport? Who gave the idea
Abdullah,
of
sir.
Abdullah.
Abdullah.
Okay, who gave the idea of salary deduction?
It's me, sir, Abdullah.
Okay, what did you mean by salary deduction, Abdullah? You meant if someone is not coming, we deduct their salaries, so they automatically they will be coming for the sessions. Is that what?
Yeah, on time. Yeah,
on time. Okay. So, but are you all earning something already? You're all working professionals or you're students? Or you're both?
Sir, attendance or like their from the total mark there.
Okay, marks. Okay.
How much
so Amit is saying instead of salary, we will deduct marks. Okay, if you're not attending the team meetings, team sessions, or you're not part of a team, your marks will be deducted. Okay, fair enough. So brain chips. So elaborate on that idea next time when we come, Abdullah. Okay, brain. What is this brain chips? Someone gave idea of brain chips.
Sir, I think the idea is similar to Elon Musk's concept of Neuralink.
Okay, so maybe you want to elaborate on that the next time, because I got a big chat message here which So we will not have time to go through that today because we've run out of time. So what I want you to do is we'll continue from here in the next session, and we will see how we will look at these ideas, and then we will then prioritize them, and then we'll do brainstorming to elaborate on one of these ideas, preferably with the same groups. And next time, if we have a better option for doing teams, we will do that with these teams. We have good ideas here. And with that, I will kind of close this session for today, unless there are any questions. If anyone has a question, I'm happy to answer. If you have none, then we can kind of close the session, and then we will meet again in the next session. We'll take it on from here again. So if anybody has any question, this is the time for you to ask.
Why you need the dumbest suggestion for team management of team? Why not a proper?
Okay, so I will answer that question in the next session. Why did I ask for a dumbest idea? Okay, I will answer that question in the next session. You'll have to have a little patience for that. Okay, Saurav?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm also trying to ensure that you come for the next session because you want an answer for your question. Okay, any other questions? No, there is an answer for that. We'll address that in the next session. Any other questions? Okay, so thank you very much, sir. It was a great session with you today. I enjoyed well. Thank you for your valuable time. Thank you very much. And yeah, so if there aren't any other questions, we can call it a day for today. And then I wish you all, best wishes. And then we will meet again in the next session. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hand it over to the organizing team to kind of conclude the session for today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.